Hello, guys. Welcome to my Agile Basics session. The topic which I have chosen to discuss today is MVP. The reason why I have chosen this topic is that MVP is a buzzword in this Agile world. However, this is one of the most misunderstood term. So, in this session, we will try to explore and understand what is MVP and what is not MVP. So let us go ahead and discuss what is MVP. So MVP is the very first version of a product or service that you launch for the customers to use it and provide the feedback about it. So whenever you want to test the viability of any idea, whether this will work in the market or not, whether the customers will like it or not, whether they would like to invest their money in your product or service or not. In that case, you just build the product or a service with a bare minimum set of features so that customers can use it and they can provide the feedback for the same. And from there on, you just try to build up the upcoming versions of it. So you try to incorporate the feedback and then you plan to launch the updated or improved versions of the product. So MVP stands for minimum viable product, wherein minimum means a basic set of features and capabilities. By viable, we mean that it provides some value to the customers so that they are ready to buy your product or service. And product means that it is ready to use. Okay, it is something which is ready to use. Otherwise, we cannot call it as a product. Similarly, it applies to service also in case you are launching a service. So, this is what MVP is. And you must have often heard people calling their deployable units or in their release plans, they call it as MVP1, MVP2, MVP3 and thereon. So there is no such thing as MVP1 or 2 or 3, right? MVP is just a MVP. It is the very first version of your product or service that you launch for your customers. After that, you cannot call it as a MVP. So you cannot number it like MVP 1, 2, or 3 because it is minimum. Minimum is the very first version. So using the terminologies like MVP 1, 2, and 3, this is not a very healthy practice. So from next time, whenever you are building a release plan and you are placing the deployable units in it, just check what terminology you should be using for it, whether it is really a MVP or not, and then use this term MVP. Okay, let us try to understand it more with the help of an example. So, uh, think of the smartphone that you all use today, right? The mobile phones that you use. Can you call that as a MVP? Hardly, right? Because it is far away from minimum. Your smartphones are loaded with lot of features, right? And they are constantly improving. We are getting new features in the smartphones launched very frequently. So you cannot call it as a minimum viable product, right? So what is the minimum viable product for the smartphone that you use today? Maybe it is just a basic voice communication device, right? Which has a headset and a microphone so that you can talk, you can send voice messages. So that, very first communication device which was launched, that can be called as the MVP for the smartphone that you use today. So from the uh, basic model of the phone that you do see in the picture, the very first model, okay, which used to have a separate headset and a microphone. From here, we got the telephones, and then we got the cordless phones, and some other models, and finally, we got a mobile phone, which initially just used to have the calling and SMS feature, but then it kept on improving, and nowadays we have smartphones. So this is how the the journey of the phone has been taken place, and you can now figure out what is the MVP here, right? Similarly, you can think of other examples also, and let me know in the comments box if you can think of any other good examples. So, hope this example was helpful for you to understand the concept of MVP. And let me know if you have any more examples to share or any comments, questions around it. I would love to address any questions that you have. And if you want to share your knowledge about MVP or anything you want to share, you can put in the comments box. And also let me know if there are any specific topics you want me to cover. I will try to prepare a video around it. So I have planned to do this agile basics sessions as a series, and in each session I will pick up one topic that could be any popular topic in the world of agile, also covering the frameworks and methodologies underneath it like Scrum, Kanban, and many others. So if you have any topics in mind which you want me to cover, then also you can let me know. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.